Hi everyone, I am Maria. Welcome to the Learn and Talk English podcast. In our last episode, we discussed fluency and how it involves two key aspects. First, the consumption, taking in English through listening and reading. It's like absorbing the language, becoming familiar with the sounds, rhythms, and vocabulary. Second, the production, actively using the language through speaking and writing. This helps you practice, express yourself, and build confidence. If you missed our last episode, you'll find the link in the description below. Today's lesson is exciting. We've prepared a free PDF for you. Download it from the link in the description. In this lesson, we'll discuss 50 commonly used English phrases, each with an example sentence. If you're a beginner, you'll learn essential phrases. If you're advanced, you'll explore deeper linguistic insights about these phrases. To get the most out of this lesson, listen to the podcast completely. Download the free PDF in the description. Listen again multiple times for better understanding and practicing. We've also linked some of our best lessons in the description. These will help you improve your English even more. We work hard to create these high-quality, free lessons for you. If you enjoy this content, please like this video and subscribe to encourage us to produce more for you. Now, stay tuned as Jack and Olivia join us to guide you through today's topic. Don't go anywhere. Let's get started.
Welcome to the Learn and Talk English podcast. I'm so glad you could join us for this deep dive into common English phrases.
Yes.
It'll be like a crash course in speaking English,
Yeah.
so it'll be perfect for you if you're just starting out.
Absolutely.
We'll be looking at a list called 50 commonly used English phrases, and it's a great starting point for building conversational skills.
It is.
I can't wait to jump into this with you.
I neither. It's really amazing how just a few key phrases can really help you communicate so much better.
Totally.
You'll be surprised how much you can express with just these few phrases.
For sure. Imagine yourself, confidently greeting people and asking questions and making small talk, all in English.
Exactly.
That's what we're aiming for today.
Yeah.
To give you the tools to do just that.
Yes.
Are you ready to dive in?
I am.
Okay. Let's start with the essentials. Greetings and introductions.
Okay.
These are the phrases we use to connect with people and start conversations.
You can think of these phrases as your social icebreakers, you know? They're how you make a first impression and show that you're interested in talking with someone.
Exactly. So the first phrase is a classic, hello.
Right.
It's simple, it's versatile, and it really works in almost any situation.
It does.
You can also use the more casual hi, which is perfect for everyday conversations.
Yeah, both hello and hi are great
Yeah.
for starting a conversation, and you can use them on their own,
Uh-huh.
or you can follow them up with a question.
Right. Like, hi, how are you today?
Exactly.
It's warm, welcoming.
Yes.
Shows you care about the other person.
And it's a great way to get a conversation going.
Yeah.
It invites the other person to respond and share a little bit about how they're doing.
So now let's move on to some greetings that are specific to different times of the day.
Okay.
Good morning is used from sunrise until around noon.
It's a great way. It's a bright and cheerful way to start the day,
Yeah.
and it shows that you're, in a good mood.
Totally. You could say, good morning, did you sleep well? A friendly way to ask about someone's well-being and show you're interested in their day.
Good morning is a little bit more formal
Yes.
than hi or hello.
Right.
So it's often used in more professional settings or more polite settings.
As the day goes on, you'll want to switch to good afternoon, which is generally used from noon until evening.
Yeah. This is a great greeting to use when you meet someone in the afternoon or the early evening.
Like you could say, good afternoon. How was your day?
Yeah.
It's a natural way to continue a conversation and show that you're engaged.
And it gives the other person a chance to share about their experiences and how their day has been going.
So as evening approaches, we have good evening,
Yes.
which is typically used after sunset.
This is a more formal greeting
It is.
that's often used in social settings or when you're addressing a group of people.
Like you could say, good evening. Did you enjoy the dinner?
Yes.
A polite way to acknowledge the occasion and spark conversation.
Now let's move beyond the time-specific greetings to some more general greetings.
Oh.
A very common phrase you'll hear is, "How are you?"
Right.
It's a standard way to ask someone about how they're doing.
It is. It's a simple question.
It is.
But it shows you care about the person and are interested in their well-being.
Yeah, and you could say, "How are you? It's been a while."
Yeah.
This shows that you've been thinking about the person
Mm-hmm.
and that you're happy to see them again.
When meeting someone for the first time, you'll often use the phrase, "nice to meet you."
Yes, it's a simple but important way
It is.
to acknowledge the introduction and show that you're happy to be meeting them.
You could even make it more welcoming.
Yes.
By adding, "It's nice to meet you. I've heard a lot about you."
Exactly.
Expresses warmth and suggests you're already familiar with them, even if you haven't met before.
It shows you're interested in getting to know them better.
Yeah.
And that you've been looking forward to meeting them.
To learn someone's name, you can ask, "What's your name?"
Mm.
It's straightforward and polite.
And once they've told you their name, you can introduce yourself by saying, "What's your name? I'm your name."
Right.
Make sure to replace your name with your actual name, of course.
So now for a more informal way to ask how someone is doing, you can use, "How's it going?"
Yes. This is a very casual and friendly way to check in with someone, especially if you already know them pretty well.
You can use it with friends, family, or colleagues in more relaxed settings. Like you could say, "How's it going? Is everything okay?"
Yeah.
Shows that you're interested in their life and, you're there to support them.
This is a nice caring way to check in and
Yeah.
see if they need anything or want to talk.
Okay, so as we wrap up this section on greetings and introductions, let's look at a couple phrases you might use when parting ways.
These phrases are just as important as greetings
I agree.
because they help you leave a positive final impression.
That's true. A common one is, "See you later."
Mm-hmm.
It implies that you expect to see the person again soon, which is a friendly way to end the conversation.
You can make it even warmer by adding, "See you later. Have a great day."
Yeah.
Shows you care about their well-being and you want them to have a positive experience.
And lastly, we have "take care."
Yes.
This is a warm and caring way to express concern for the person's well-being.
It shows you're thinking about them and want them to be safe and happy.
For example, you could say, "Take care. Drive safely."
Yeah, or "Take care. I hope you feel better soon," if they're not feeling well.
Right. So there you have it. A whole range of greetings and introductions from formal to informal to help you navigate various social situations.
These phrases are your foundation for starting conversations and building connections with others in English.
They are.
And remember, practice makes perfect.
Yes.
So don't be shy about using them as often as you can.
Now let's move on to another important category: polite expressions.
These are the phrases that help you navigate social situations smoothly, show respect, and leave a positive impression. They're essential for building strong relationships and communicating effectively in any language, especially English.
One of the most important phrases you'll ever learn in any language is "thank you."
Yes.
It's how we express gratitude and appreciation.
It's a simple phrase,
It is.
but it goes a long way in making others feel valued
Totally.
and appreciated.
You can say "thank you for your help," or "thank you for the gift," or simply "thank you" to show your appreciation.
Yes, and remember, a genuine smile and sincere tone of voice can make your thank you even more meaningful.
Now, when someone says "thank you" to you, the typical response is, "You're welcome."
It's a polite way to acknowledge their gratitude
Yes.
and let them know it was your pleasure to help.
You can also say "you're welcome" anytime
Right.
to show that you're always happy to help.
Emphasizes your willingness to assist and strengthens the bond between you and the other person.
Next we have, a very useful phrase for getting someone's attention, interrupting politely, or asking someone to move out of the way.
It's a way to show respect for others and avoid being disruptive.
For instance, you could say, "Excuse me, can you tell me the time?" It's a polite way to interrupt someone and ask for information.
Or, "Excuse me, could you please let me pass?"
Right.
If you need to get by someone who's blocking your way.
If you've made a mistake or caused an inconvenience, you'll want to say sorry.
Yes. It's important to take responsibility for your actions and express your regret if you've done something wrong.
For example, you might say, "I'm sorry for being late."
Or, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bump into you."
Yes.
Remember, sincerity is key when apologizing.
Definitely.
People can tell if you're not genuinely sorry.
Absolutely. A sincere apology can go a long way in repairing relationships and maintaining harmony.
It can.
When you want something or need to ask someone to do something, you can use the word "please."
It's a simple word,
It is.
but it's essential for making requests politely. Yeah.
And showing respect for the other person.
For instance, you could say, please pass me the salt, or please could you help me with this?
Notice how please is usually placed before the verb in a request. It's like adding a touch of politeness to your request.
Right. Now, when someone thanks you for doing something, you can say, no problem, instead of, you're welcome.
It's a more informal way to say that you are happy to help.
Yeah. It's like saying, it was easy for me, so don't worry about it.
Exactly. You could also say, no problem, I'll take care of it.
Shows you're willing to go the extra mile and are happy to assist.
Similarly, if someone apologizes to you, you can respond with, that's fine.
Shows you accept their apology and aren't upset.
It's a gracious way to put the matter to rest and move on.
For example, you might say, that's fine, no need to rush.
Or, that's fine, we all make mistakes.
If you didn't hear or understand something someone said, you can politely ask, could you repeat that?
It's much better to ask for clarification
It is.
than to pretend you understood. You can say, could you repeat that? I didn't hear you.
Or, could you please say that again? I didn't understand.
Right.
Don't be afraid to ask for clarification.
Yeah.
It shows you're actively listening and want to understand what's being said.
When you want to express your gratitude for something someone has done, you can say, I appreciate it.
Conveys a deeper level of thanks
It does.
than just saying thank you.
Uh-huh.
It suggests you recognize the effort or thoughtfulness behind their actions.
You could say, I appreciate your kindness.
Or, I appreciate you taking the time to help me.
It's a heartfelt way to acknowledge their generosity and make them feel valued.
And finally, if someone thanks you and you want to downplay your effort, you can say, don't mention it.
Means that it was no trouble at all and that you were happy to help.
You could say, don't mention it, I'm happy to help.
Or, don't mention it, it was my pleasure.
So these are just a few of the many polite expressions you can use in English. By incorporating them into your daily conversations, you'll come across as respectful, considerate, and easy to get along with.
And remember, politeness is often culturally specific. So what might be considered polite in one culture may not be in another.
That's a great point.
As you're learning English, it's always good to be mindful of cultural differences and to observe how native speakers use polite expressions in various situations.
Yes.
Now let's shift gears and delve into a category that will empower you to interact with your surroundings and get information.
Yeah.
Asking for information.
Okay. Yeah, being able to ask questions is so essential for navigating a new language
Yeah,
and a new culture.
it is.
It's how we learn and explore and connect with the world around us.
So true. It's like having a key that unlocks a whole new world of understanding.
Exactly.
And our list has some great phrases to add to your key ring.
It does.
Let's start with where is.
Okay.
It's the go-to phrase for asking about locations.
Whether you're looking for a restaurant or a landmark or just the nearest restroom,
Uh-huh.
where is your trusty guide.
Exactly. For instance, you could say, where is the nearest bus stop?
Mm-hmm.
Or where's the best place to get pizza around here?
And notice how the intonation rises at the end of the sentence when you're asking a question.
Yes.
It's a subtle but important way to signal that you're looking for information.
Right. It's like you're adding a little question mark to your voice.
Exactly.
Speaking of questions, if you're shopping or you're curious about the price of something, you'll want to know how to ask, how much is this?
It's a very straightforward way to inquire about the cost of an item.
It is.
And it's super useful when you're browsing markets or stores or even just admiring something you see on the street.
Right. You
Yeah.
can say, how much is this sweater? Or how much is that painting?
And don't be afraid to use this phrase even if you're not planning on buying something.
Yeah.
It's a great way to just learn about the value of things and practice your English.
Now, let's say you're struggling with something or need a helping hand.
Okay.
Don't hesitate to say, can you help me?
It's a simple but powerful phrase that can really help you get the assistance that you need.
It is. Whether you're trying to figure out a map or assemble furniture or even just carry a heavy bag,
Yeah.
don't be shy about asking for help.
You can be specific about what you need help with by saying, can you help me with this bag?
Right.
Or can you help me find the train station?
People are generally happy to help, especially when you ask politely.
Right.
And it's a great opportunity to strike up a conversation and practice your English.
Absolutely. And speaking of essential information, knowing how to ask what time is crucial.
It's true. After all, time is a precious commodity, and we don't want to waste it by being late.
Exactly. It's a very simple question, but it can save you a lot of trouble and embarrassment.
It can. You can ask, what time is it now? Or, excuse me, You have the time.
Uh-huh.
And if you want to be extra polite, you can add please at the end of your request.
Now, let's say you're new in town or just a little bit lost.
Yep.
How do I get to...
You a whore? We'll be your new best friend.
Well, this phrase is your key to unlocking directions and navigating your way around.
For sure. You can say, how do I get to the train station? Or how do I get to the museum?
And be prepared to listen carefully to the directions.
Yes.
Because they might involve street names or landmarks or public transportation instructions.
And don't be afraid to ask for clarification if you don't understand something.
Right.
You can say, could you repeat that, please? Or could you explain that again?
Another handy phrase for gathering information is, do you know?
It's like a magic wand that can conjure up all sorts of knowledge from people around you.
You can use it to ask about anything, from the location of a particular store to the history of a landmark.
For instance, you could say, do you know where the library is?
Yeah.
Or do you know what time the museum closes?
It's a great way to tap into the local knowledge.
Yeah.
And get insider tips.
It is. Now, as you're learning English, you're bound to come across new words all the time. Don't let them intimidate you.
That's real.
Just ask, what does this mean?
It's a simple and effective way to expand your vocabulary and deepen your understanding of the language.
Yeah. You can point to a word in a book or a menu, or even a sign on the street and ask, what does this word mean?
Most people are happy to help you learn, and they might even share some interesting stories or insights about the word's origin or usage.
Learning a language is all about asking questions and being curious.
It is.
So embrace those new words and don't be shy about seeking clarification.
Right.
Now, let's say you'd like to request something politely.
Okay.
Can I have? Is the perfect phrase for that.
It is. Whether you're at a restaurant or a cafe or even someone's home, can I have, allows you to express your desire politely and respectfully.
Like you could say, can I have a cup of tea, please? Or can I have another slice of cake?
Remember to add please at the end to make it extra polite.
Next up, is there?
Yeah.
Comes in handy when you're trying to locate something, especially a place.
It's like sending out a search party to find what you're looking for.
It is. You can ask, is there a hospital nearby? Or is there a bookstore in this shopping mall?
It's a great way to gather information about your surroundings and discover new places.
And finally, if you're curious about someone's identity, you can ask, who is that?
It's a straightforward way to inquire about someone you don't know.
It is. Like, you could point at someone and say, who is that person standing over there? Or who is that playing guitar?
And remember to be discreet and respectful when you're asking about others.
So there you have it, a whole toolkit of phrases to help you ask for information, navigate new situations, and learn more about the world around you.
These phrases are your passport to exploration and understanding.
They are.
So don't be afraid to use them, ask questions, and delve deeper into this fascinating world of the English language.
Now let's shift gears and explore a category that's all about making connections and keeping conversations flowing. Everyday small talk. So small talk, it might seem, small.
Right.
But it's actually a big deal
when
it comes to building relationships and making those initial connections.
Yeah, think of it as the warm-up act before the main event, Yeah. It sets the stage for a more comfortable and engaging conversation.
Okay, so let's start with a classic small talk opener. What's up?
Oh?
It's a casual and friendly way to greet someone and see how they're doing.
You'll hear this phrase a lot, especially in informal settings, like with friends or family.
It's like saying, hey, what's going on in your world?
Right.
But in a more relaxed way.
And the typical response to what's up is not much.
Right.
It means things are pretty normal. Nothing too exciting happening.
But of course, you can always expand on that by adding a little detail like, not much, just enjoying the sunshine. Or not much, just heading to the store.
Exactly.
Now let's talk about the weather.
Okay.
A universal small talk topic. Asking how's the weather is a safe and neutral way to start a conversation.
It is.
Especially if you don't know the person very well.
It's something everyone can relate to.
Yeah.
And it opens the door for further discussion.
Yeah.
About, outdoor plans or favorite seasons or even just a shared groan about the humidity.
Right. You could say, how's the weather today?
Yeah.
Or, beautiful day, isn't it? If the sun is shining.
It's a way to just acknowledge your shared environment and find common ground.
If you want to find out what someone is up to, you can ask, what are you doing?
It's a simple way to show interest in their activities and learn more about their hobbies or daily routines.
You can even make it more specific
Yes.
by asking, what are you doing this weekend?
Exactly.
This suggests you're open to making plans or just curious how they spend their free time.
Right.
And if someone tells you something interesting,
Yeah.
you can show your engagement by saying, that's interesting.
It's a way to acknowledge what they've said and encourage them to share a little bit more.
You could even add, wow, that's interesting. Tell me more.
Exactly.
To show you're genuinely enthusiastic.
Now, sometimes in conversation, you might not be sure about something. It's perfectly fine to say, I'm not sure.
It is.
It's much better to be honest than to pretend you know something you don't.
Yeah.
You can simply say, I'm not sure, but I'll find out.
Right. Shows you're willing to learn and take initiative.
It also keeps the conversation going by creating an opportunity for further discussion later on.
Now, when you agree with someone's opinion or statement, you can simply say, I agree.
Or I agree with you, or I agree with your point.
But if you disagree, you can politely express your viewpoint by saying, I don't think so.
The key is to be respectful.
It is.
Even when you have a different opinion.
Yeah, you could add, I don't think so. Let's check again.
Right.
Suggesting you're open to, reconsidering your viewpoint.
Exactly.
When something surprises you or intrigues you.
Yeah.
A simple really can convey a lot.
Yeah, it expresses your interest and
Right.
encourages the other person to share more details.
You can add, really? That sounds amazing. Or, really? I had no idea.
It shows you're engaged in the conversation and genuinely interested in what they have to say.
And finally, to invite someone to share their thoughts and keep the conversation flowing,
Yeah.
you can ask, what do you think?
It's a great way to get their perspective on a topic and encourage a more in-depth discussion.
You could say, what do you think about this idea? Or what do you think we should do?
It shows that you value their opinion and you're open to hearing different perspectives.
Right. So there you have it. A whole toolbox of phrases
Yes.
for everyday small talk. From greetings and responses to expressing agreement and disagreement.
Small talk is about more than just filling the silence.
It is.
It's about building rapport, finding common ground, and creating a more comfortable and enjoyable social atmosphere.
Absolutely. And the more you practice these phrases, the more natural and effortless they will become.
Now let's move on to our final category,
Okay.
common responses.
These are short, versatile phrases that you can use in a variety of situations.
Think of them as your quick reply arsenal for navigating everyday conversations.
Okay. Let's start with a phrase that's both honest and straightforward. I don't know.
Everyone experiences moments
Yes.
when they just don't have the answer.
Right.
And it's perfectly okay to admit that.
Yeah, it's much better to be honest than to try to bluff your way through.
Exactly. You can simply say, I don't know the answer to that question.
Right.
Or I'm not sure, but I can try to find out.
Shows you're willing to learn and that you value accuracy.
Now, if something is unimportant or you're willing to be flexible,
Yeah.
you can say, it doesn't matter.
This phrase comes in handy when someone is trying to make a decision and is seeking your input.
For example, if someone asks, would you like coffee or tea?
Right.
And you don't have a preference, you can simply say, it doesn't matter. Either one is fine.
Or if someone asks, should we meet at 2 or 3, and you're flexible,
Yeah.
you can say, it doesn't matter, whatever time works best for you.
When someone suggests something and you're on board, you can enthusiastically respond with, sounds good.
It's a simple way to show your agreement and your enthusiasm.
Right.
For example, someone proposes meeting for lunch. You can say, it sounds good. Where do you want to go?
It keeps the conversation moving and shows that you're interested in making plans.
Now, let's say you need a moment to think, or you're searching for something.
Okay.
Let me see. Is a helpful phrase
Yes.
to buy you a little time.
Signals that you're processing the information or trying to recall something.
You could say, let me see if I have that information in my notes, or let me see if I can find it for you.
Shows that you're making an effort and you haven't forgotten their request.
When you require assistance with something, don't hesitate to say, I need help.
Be direct and specific
Yes.
about what you need help with.
Like you could say, I need help carrying these boxes, or I need help understanding this instruction manual.
People are generally happy to help, especially when you clearly communicate what you need.
And if you want to give someone else the choice or responsibility for a decision,
Yeah.
you can say, it's up to you.
This phrase comes in handy when you're making plans together and you want to be accommodating.
For example, you could say, where should we go for dinner? It's up to you.
Right.
Or what movie do you want to watch? It's up to you.
Shows that you're flexible and that you value their input.
Sometimes you just need to express your basic needs.
Yeah.
If you're feeling hungry,
Uh,
you can simply say, I'm hungry.
you can elaborate by adding, I'm hungry. Let's grab some lunch.
It's a straightforward way to communicate your need and initiate a plan.
And if you're feeling tired, you can express that by saying, I'm tired.
You can add detail like, I'm tired after a long day at work, or I'm tired, I think I'm going to go to bed early.
It helps others understand your energy level.
Yes. And might even lead to a more supportive conversation.
When you're ready to leave or move on to something else,
Yeah.
you can say, let's go.
It's a simple phrase that signals you're ready to depart or change activities.
For example, if it's getting late, you might say, it's getting late, let's go. Or if you finished a meal, you could say, let's go for a walk.
It's a direct and efficient way to initiate a transition.
And finally, when you've completed a task or stage of something, you can ask, what's next?
This phrase shows that you're eager to move forward and continue being productive.
You can say, we finished this project, what's next?
Yeah.
Or, I completed my homework, what's next?
It's a great way to stay organized and motivated.
So we've covered a wide range of common responses.
Yes, we have.
From acknowledging your lack of knowledge to expressing basic needs and initiating transitions.
Think of these phrases like the punctuation marks of a conversation. They help to clarify meaning, express emotions, and keep the conversation flowing smoothly.
Remember, effective communication is a two-way street.
It is. It involves listening attentively, responding appropriately, and using a variety of phrases
Yes.
to express yourself clearly and confidently.
We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
We have.
We've explored everything from greetings and introductions to polite expressions asking for information, making small talk and using common responses.
It's been a really interesting journey.
It has.
You've learned a treasure trove of phrases to help you navigate a wide range of social situations
Yes.
and communicate more effectively in English.
These phrases are your building blocks for fluency.
They are.
The more you use them, the more natural and effortless they will become.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes.
That's right.
Every mistake is a learning opportunity.
Embrace those mistakes, learn from them, and keep practicing.
And remember, the most important thing is to have fun with it.
Absolutely. Learning a language should be an enjoyable experience.
So go out there, strike up conversations, and put your newfound English skills to the test.
You'll be amazed at how much you can achieve.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into 50 commonly used English phrases.
Yes, thank you for being here.
We hope you found it informative and inspiring.
Until next time, keep those conversations flowing.
And happy learning. Welcome to the Learn and Talk English.
Thanks, Jack and Olivia, for this interesting lesson. Just a quick reminder, you can download the PDF from the description below to review everything we've covered today. Don't forget to check out the other suggested lessons. There are plenty of useful tips to help you improve your English. If you enjoyed this lesson, please give it a like to support us and encourage more high-quality content. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next episode. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and happy learning.